ADA and Thoughtful Planning, Why It Matters, a collaborative effort with Disability Services. Access to education means more than simple admission to a college. It means providing students with the tools they will need to be successful. Students with identified disabilities should be no exception. The legislation is very explicit about the law. Persons with disability are entitled to participate in the most integrated settings possible. For example, if a teacher conducts field trips or special programs, accommodations must be offered. Next, we're going to discuss how this applies to you and your online course. All online content must be accessible. Taking the time to do it right now will help you in the future and make sure all students are getting the best education possible at CWI. Every student is unique in their needs for accommodations. Faculty should confer with students to establish the best means of providing accommodations and evaluate students based on their abilities, not their disabilities. You are not obligated to provide accommodations until the student presents a letter from the Student Disability Services SDS office. It is the student's responsibility to let you know of any accommodation needs granted through Disability Services at the beginning of the semester. Accommodations are not retroactive. Here are the most common accommodations. They are not the only ones. Each individual has specific accommodations geared toward their diagnosis. Accommodations ensure that they have an equal opportunity for education. There are specific accommodations that apply to online learning. You'll be learning more about them in this module. If you have any questions at any time about an accommodation, the SDS staff would be happy to elaborate on it. When creating any video for your online class, they must be accessible. If your course contains video material with audio, it also must be captioned. Please keep in mind, though interpreters are provided for our students with hearing disabilities, they are not a substitute for captioned videos and are not provided in the online environment. Alt text for images will benefit the visually impaired student so they can read a description of what the image is. Having images in your course shell just to be pretty is not a good idea. Examples: banners and non-curricular related pictures should not be used. Most of our visually impaired students use some type of screen reader, and without alt text it reads image.jpg, which does not help with the understanding of content. This can be extremely frustrating for your visually impaired students. Faculty who are resistant to providing accessibility accommodations have a higher likelihood of students who drop their class, and they risk being reported. Student Disability Services is here to also help you. They can clarify accommodations, answer questions about accessibility, and help connect you with resources for your classes. Take some time to review their disability website that provides additional information. Feel free to communicate by email, phone, or in person.